डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी.
Namaskar friends, welcome to the course on cybersecurity tools, techniques and countermeasures. The rise in the widespread use of technology paves a way to rise in cybercrime. For hackers, the possibilities increased exponentially along with the potential rewards like ransomware. Hence, being cautious about the situation, the internet experts are paying attention by investing a lot of time and money in predicting cybersecurity trends. Cybersecurity is the application of technologies, processes and controls to protect systems, networks, programs, devices and data from cyber attacks. It aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and protect against unauthorized exploitations of systems, network and technologies. Cybersecurity is a critical business issue for every organization. It addresses people, processes and technology. The course Cybersecurity Tools, Techniques and Countermeasures teaches learners to protect the confidentiality, availability and integrity of information and information system that support modern organizations. The course focuses on both fundamentals of information systems as well as advanced topics in the areas such as network security, cryptography, risk management, security governance, business continuity, security architecture, physical security and critical infrastructures. Today's interconnected world makes everyone more susceptible to cyber attacks. Whether you are attracted to the relatively new world of cybersecurity as a professional or just interested in protecting yourself online and in social media, this course is the answer. It explores cyber trends along with the broader topic of cybersecurity in a way that will matter to you. Let's begin with the course with how cybersecurity is essential. Let's begin the first session of the first unit, Cybersecurity Essentials. Friends, this is Professor Dr. Nilesh Modi, Professor and Director, School of Computer Science, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. The agenda of today's sessions are: first, learning objectives, what is cybersecurity, Indian cyberspace, security concepts, basic cryptography, public key infrastructure and the summary of the session. So, today we will be talking about all these 7 topics. Learning objectives. After studying this session of the unit, learners should be able to define cybersecurity concepts, basic cryptography and its working, symmetric and asymmetric encryption, hash functions and digital certificates, concepts of public key, and it's all about the learning objectives. Now, let's talk about what is cybersecurity. So, cybersecurity is a subset of information security which deals with the securing information, data and from both internal and external cyber threats. It is a proactive practice to safeguard the confidential information of the organization from unauthorized access by enforcing the layered security policy and protocols. The task is more complex due to the variety of nature of cyber attacks and inability of quality responses in absence of adequate and security measures. The word cyber is not a singular. It has many forms. To understand the concept using different terminologies such as cyberspace, it is a virtual world of digital data formed by bits, and cyber economy, that is complex structure of interconnected. Now let's discuss about the cyberspace. So cyberspace is a man-made ecosystem. It comprises of interconnected networks, database, a source of information. Cyberspace is not only including the software, hardware, data and information system, but the people surrounding it and social interconnections within this network and infrastructure. According to NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technology, cybersecurity is the ability to protect or defend the use of cyberspace from cyber attacks. Cyberspace. Cyberspace is a man-made ecosystem. It comprises of all interconnected networks, databases, a source of information. Cyberspace is not only including software, hardware, data and information system, but the people surrounding it and social interaction within this network and infrastructure. According to NIST, it is National Institute of Standards and Technology, cybersecurity is the ability to protect or defend the use of cyberspace from cyber attacks. Let's discuss cyberspace in Indian scenario. The National Informatics Center (NIC) was set up as early as 1975 with the goal of providing IT solutions to the government. Between 1986 and 1988, three networks were set up. First one is Indonet, connecting the IBM mainframe installations that made up India's computer infrastructure. The second one is NICnet. The NIC network, it is a nationwide very small aperture terminal VSAT NW for public sector organizations as well as to connect the central government with the state governments and district administrators. And the third one is the education and research network, that we call it as EARNet, to serve the academic and research communities. Friends, let's discuss cyberspace in Indian scenario in a more detail. India is an emerging country with a large scale change in digitization and scaling in all directions in every business sectors. So, at national level, it is important to have cyber security policy for the smooth functioning of critical infrastructure such as power grid, water distribution, rail transportation, metro networks, aviation networks, telecommunication systems, financial sector, public and private organizations, health and education sectors. So, these all sectors are emerging sectors and all are connected digitally under this particular cyberspace arena in Indian scenario. In today's cyberspace, majority users are the citizens of the country using interconnected networks of devices, which is increasingly every day. So, friends, these all concerns are related to the data of individual citizens of the country and it should be protected. So, hence there are various protection measures are being taken by the government as well as different agencies of the government. So, it is difficult to draw the boundary in the cyberspace among different groups of people and data accessed by them. So, it is obvious whenever different departments of government as well as other organizations are interconnecting with each other, whenever they are communicating with each other, whenever they are transferring the data related to individual. So, it obvious that the people and their information and their data must be protected. Today's cyberspace, majority users are the citizens of the country using interconnected networks of devices, which is increasing every day. It is difficult to draw boundary in cyberspace among different groups of people and data accessed by them. So, Indian government has taken many initiatives in sectoral reforms and national level programs to create a safe cyber ecosystem which enables a user in access digital data and creates adequate trust and confidence in using them effectively and securely. So, this is the major concern about every government whenever they are digitizing various applications and various services for the citizens of their country. It is their responsibility to protect the data and their personal information, which includes awareness programs, strengthen monitoring policy, research and development in cybersecurity, creating open standards, strengthen regulatory framework, protection of critical infrastructure. So, these are some of the most important things, friends. We need to create some sort of program, we need to design some sort of program, and they should be floated to the citizens of the country, because the security measures cannot be imposed in a day, it should be made to the public by making public and making citizen aware what sort of important measures they need to take while they are using various services, they are digitized services. Okay. So, this is all about the protecting data. We need to provide strengthen monitoring policy. We need to carry out various research and development in the cyber security, because day by day people are using various information channels, and they are using various applications, various services, through various social media platforms and all. So, all these things are to be protected, and this is all about the protection of data and information of the citizens. So, this is all about the government's initiatives related to making some sort of services making available to the users. So, there are various ongoing activities and programs of government to address the current cyber security challenges and creating safe cyberspace and cyber economy in the country. In fact, nowadays government, central government as well as state governments, they are making awareness by providing some sort of competitions like hackathon in various services. So, this is all about making people aware about various services and how exactly they should be used. Friends, let us discuss about the key initiatives by Government of India in the field of this cyberspace and cyber security. So, National Cyber Security Policy. So, this is created with an objective to build secure and resilient cyberspace for the citizens, business and government. It was released in 2013. National Cyber Security Coordination Center, that is NCCC. The NCCC helped to perform real-time threat assessment and create early warning signs of potential cyber threats to the country. National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. So, this was created under Section 70A of the Information Technology Act. It is established as a nodal agency in respect of the critical information infrastructure protection. Its aim is to protect critical information infrastructure against the external and internal cyber threats along with the other threats. The another initiative of Government of India is Cyber Swachhta Kendra. It was launched in 2017 to provide a platform for users to analyze and clean their systems from viruses, bots, malwares, trojans, etc. The URL for this particular initiative is www.cyberswasthakendra.gov.in. Another initiative is Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT-IN. It is National Incident Response Center operated under Department of Electronics and Information Technology, Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, Government of India. They are making very good initiatives. They are creating some sort of awareness kind of creatives, as well as they are floating it to the general people and the citizens of country, so that people can be made aware what to be used and what not, what to be done by which particular process and how they can be carried out. So, these are some of the things that government is also doing for the citizens of the country. Its primary role is to raise the security awareness amongst the citizens of India and provide the 24/7 technical assistance to different organizations in handling critical security incidents. Another initiative is National Technical Research Organization, NTRO. NTRO has the responsibility to look after the nation's critical infrastructure security, such as power grids, nuclear installation security, air traffic control, monitoring satellite communications, UAV surveillance, oil and gas facilities. Now, let us talk about another initiative of Government of India, that is National Intelligence Grid, NET grid. It is an integrated grid of connecting different state run databases between intelligence agencies and organizations providing information to enhance India's counter-terrorism measures. NetGrid would collect and collect information from different databases such as tax and bank account details, credit card information, visa and immigration records, and itineraries of rail and air travel. Combined data will be made available to 11 central agencies which are Research and Analysis Wing, Intelligence Bureau, Central Bureau of Investigation, Financial Intelligence Unit, Central Board of Direct Taxes, Directorate of Revenue, Intelligence, Enforcement Directorate, Narcotics Control Board, Central Board of Excise and Customs, Directorate General of Excise and Customs. So, this is a kind of national intelligence grid wherein information of an individual are being shared for the security of the country. Now, let us talk about the security concepts. So, what exactly security is and where exactly security lies? So, information content and information determinacy determine the type of software application. Content refers to input and output data. Determinacy refers to the predictability of order and timing of the information. So, there are three different tools which are useful for system designers to make a robust and secure product. For example, confidentiality, integrity and availability. Let us talk about confidentiality. It means to protect personal privacy information from unauthorized access to devices, processes or individuals. If you understand it in the parts, it can be described as information must have protection enabled from the different types of users to access it. There must be limitations to access the information. Who are authorized can only access the information, and the last authentication system which authenticates the user before accessing the information. So, this is all about confidentiality. Now, let us talk about integrity. It normally refers to the data integrity or to make ensure that the data stored is accurate and no unauthorized modifications are done. So, this is one of the most important thing, because whenever we are getting the information, if they are manipulated, then information may go wrong. The loss of integrity is considered as unauthorized modifications or destructions of the information. Disrupting a message in transit can have a serious consequences. So, this is one of the most important thing whenever we are transferring the data in a communication channel. So, they should be protected from one end to another. Availability. Ensuring the timely and reliable access of information to the authorized users for systems to provide a value. The loss of availability of the information is the loss of disruption of access to the information. So, whenever information is required, whenever information is needed, so there should be some sort of assurance, that is timely and reliable access of information to the users and to the authorized users is one of the most important thing. Although the use of CIA triad is to define security objective is well established. So, there are additional concepts which are important to learn and understand, which makes the complete picture. There are authentication, authorization and non-repudiation. Understanding each of the 6 concepts will help to implement robust security mechanism. So, what about authentication? The primary goal is to focus the information on being genuine and source of the message for any security system. This means that users are who they say, and every piece of information came from the trusted sources. So, it can be authorized and it can be authenticated. Nowadays, we have seen authentication system requires more than one factor of authentication, and it is called multi-factor authentication, because whenever we are adding some sort of username and password, so the system is asking OTP or OTP through mobile, through SMS or through email. So, this is multi-factor authentication. such as password required combining with fingerprint or retina scan or voice verification, and PIN, personal identification number, as it is useful in validating the user honor of the fingerprint and PIN number, something that of user knows. Now what about authorization? So authorization focuses on whether the user is verifiable, granted permission to do so or not. When the system authenticates the user, it also verifies and checks access privileges granted to the user, which in simple terms means what a user can and cannot do while using the system. Now let us talk about non-repudiation. It is assuring that sender of the data is provided with the proof of delivery and recipient is provided with the sender's identity. So neither can deny in later part of having processed the data. So this is all about the trust between sender and receiver, because they are sending and they are sharing some sort of information for accessing the data. In the normal physical world, it can be understood as the notary done on the stamp paper for any kind of deals, whether neither of the parties can deny the deal in the later stage. To meet such requirement, systems have to normally rely on the asymmetric cryptography or public key cryptography, while symmetric cryptography system use a single key to encrypt and decrypt the data. Asymmetric cryptography use one key, that means private key, for signing the data, and the another key, that is public key, for verifying the data. So symmetric key and asymmetric key cryptography will discuss in the preceding slides. So friends, we are concluding here with the cybersecurity essentials for the course cybersecurity tools, techniques and countermeasures. The remaining topic will discuss in the next session. Thank you very much.